Hi everyone. This week for my featured text, I chose Viva Frida, which is by Yui Morales. This book is about Frida Kahlo, who was an artist um, in Central America, and it goes through and it really helps students learn Spanish as well as seeing some of the vibrant art um, and learn about Frida's life. For art and language, I said that I would like students to learn about different art styles, especially by looking at this book, but also the other four texts that I chose. Students will learn about illustrations, cultural awareness, and then I also believe that reading this book and the lesson that or the activity that would be done will help students learn other languages as well as writing this story. The activity that I've designed is that after reading Viva Frida, students will write their own story by choosing a culture or another artist and drawing their own illustrations first and writing their own story, but then choosing keywords that they'll highlight and translate into another language. I created one with Storybird. It was called Animals, and I chose the language of Swedish. So I chose, the animals that you probably would find up in the north. And here I have, whales, and the Scandinavian word is valar. And I talk about rabbits and how home to Scandinavia, it's even home to bears. And I highlight the few um, keywords there. So students will create their own storybird as well as a book, which they'll be designing with markers, crayons, and paints, uh, where they get a chance not only to be the author and write a book, but also an illustrator. Um, and they get to highlight another key illustrator through Storybird, but then also be one for themselves. The other four titles that I chose was The Garden Abdul Ghazai, The Day the Crayons Quit, The Book with No Pictures, and My Name is Yoon. All of these books I would provide during this activity so that kids can see other forms of illustration, uh, as well as for My Name is Yoon, it's about a young Korean girl. I also chose The Book with No Pictures because this is a really interesting way to go about, showing illustration because there is no illustration in the book, but the text itself is a form of, or is a style in and of itself. So it would be interesting for young um, preschool to third graders to see this. This lesson would definitely be for third to, or preschool to third grade. Thank you guys, and I look forward to next week.